He knows all the songs. If you've got a song, he knows it. If you've just written it, he already knows it. Thank you very much, Mike. I will not apologise for anything. It's not in my style. It's not my style. Me and John formed a little pod during the pandemic. Did you have the pandemic up here? It's awful down in Chicago. We formed a little pod, and we actually was that song, "Don't Fall in Love with You," the Tom Waits song. We actually were paid for by Virtue Cider. Gave us some money to to make an album of Tom Waits' first album, Closing Time. And they pressed up the albums. We had loads of people on, like Rosie Flores was on it, Janet Bean, Sally Timms, Andrew Bird, Kelly Hogan. Loads of people joined us on that album, and all done remotely. Very, very weird because of the pandemic. But they gave all the money to Civil, and Civil was the organization which was formed in Chicago, but it inspired the whole thing around the country of people basically fighting to get, lobbying really, to get support for the clubs so the independent clubs didn't get shut down. And a lot of them didn't, so that'll be, that's why I'm wearing my Hideout t-shirt, because it was Katie Tutton was the one behind Civil, so, and that was Greg Hall at Virtue Cider, so if you ever see Virtue Cider, have one, because it's all right. But I wrote a few songs during the pandemic. I think I wrote about 500 songs during the pandemic. 3 of them were quite good. I mean, this is one of them. Well, you know which way the river flows, and the water in the well has long run dry. I was coming home, but everything went wrong. I watched it fall apart before my eyes. Tried to fly above the storm, but I washed up on some shore so far away. There's nothing I can do to ever get back to you. I know that this is where I'll have to stay. Well, you know, when the border closed, the stories we got told were never true. And this security, it don't mean that much to me. I have watched this country tear itself in two. Well, you know which way it always goes. From cloudy water, scum must rise. Well, the grass looked green, but I let it grow under my feet. I must wait here at the border till I die. Szymanski. The water in the well has long run dry. I was coming home, but everything went wrong. I watched it fall apart before my eyes. I watched it fall apart before my eyes. Sorry about John's guitar playing.
You're not supposed to apologize.
I'm sorry about this guitar. I'm just sorry. I can't stop the song. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize. This one has audience participation as well. Anyone want to join in? Just one word.
Yes.
not a pleasant word.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna point when it's
Only
about
one
time.
word,
He's
Tim.
gonna point when it comes to that point. I think there's a lot, there's a lot been going on over the last few years, and I'm sure you've all got a lot built up bile inside you,
Angst.
some poison that needs to be released. So, beginning of the fourth verse, you spray it all on me. I don't care. I'm big enough to take it. But, this is the first song I ever recorded when I moved to Chicago, because the people who formed Bloodshot Records came up to me in the Empty Bottle and they said, "Would you like to record a country and western song for our new label?" And I said, "Well, more into sort of acid house, that's what I'm into at the moment. But, so I'll have a go, I don't mind." And they were the first record company, after 15 years in the business, the first record company to send me a check. I didn't know what it was. I was completely confused. I don't know why they'd send me this money, because that's not the way it works for musicians, is it, musicians? Right, there you go. But this is called Over the Cliff, and then the old 97s from Texas recorded it and put it on their first album, and now I get royalty checks for like $13.54 one quarter, $17 the next quarter. Let's put my kids through college. They actually didn't let them go to college.
Donald Trump University.
It's called Over the Cliff. Well, I work hard and I got lots of money. I tried hard, but I don't want to stay. I seen too much trouble, I felt too much pressure bubble. I knew there had to be a better way. I wouldn't mind if you thought I was worth it, or you slapped me down when I misbehave. But everybody knows I got flunkies here in tow to clean up all the messes that I made. And now I'm going over the cliff. I'm going over the cliff. It's hard to tell if life is a burden or a gift. I'm going over the cliff. So forgive me or forget me, everybody. You know I always had that honest streak. Sick of all the yawning, all the bitching and the bawling. Sick of feeling powerless and weak. So please don't call me cool, just call me asshole. Asshole. I would be a beggar, not a king. No, that's not bad actually, let's try it again. Please don't call me cool, just call me asshole.
Asshole!
I would be a beggar, not a king. And the devil don't care if you're a fish or you're a chip. I'm going over the cliff. Yeah, I'm going over the cliff. I'm going over the cliff. Success on someone else's terms don't mean a fucking thing. I'm going over the cliff. Yes, John. In New York and LA they're sending faxes so the company can wash their hands of this. But there was no one there to look after me or care. I'm going over the cliff. Yeah, I'm going over the cliff. I'm going over the cliff. Thank you so much. Thanks to Marty for letting us perform in his yard. For releasing the bats.
Okay, John, it appears that you passed the audition. Do you know any other songs? See if you can come up with one more. Guess the one.
Yeah.
Breaking the rules. And there'll be no belly aching from the rest of you.
Do this one because it's kind of a duet. Me and John, we met because I was making an album. I got to go down to Muscle Shoals and make an album. I met Norbert Putnam, who was Elvis's bass player, and he was the original bass player in the Muscle Shoals rhythm section, the Swampers. And I met him in Nashville, and he said, "You sing like a pirate. You should come to Muscle Shoals and make an album." I said, "Oh, pirate music, that's going to be big, is it?" I'm there.
Arr.
So exactly. And I went with Tony Newsom and Bethany Thomas, who are great singers in town. I've been working with Tony for a long time, and Bethany done some singing with the Waco Brothers, and I said, got to go down to Muscle Shoals, and I've got all these pirate songs, but we need to funk them up a bit, make them a bit more sexy and exciting. So Bethany went away and came back with John, and John had kind of like made the songs groovy. So I said, well, no, he turned up at a rehearsal. I said to Bethany, bring him along, I want to meet him. And he came along and he brought a salted honey pie with him.
That I baked at the time.
Which he had made himself. And I thought, he's in the band. It was a time in like the 80s and 90s where people would bring things to rehearsals to try and get in the band, and it wouldn't be food. But John gauged exactly where I was at in my life, and a salted honey pie. And we have been inseparable ever since. So John Szymanski, the Pie Man, that's what they call him. All right, yeah, this is one of the songs we recorded down in Muscle Shoals with Norbert Putnam, and our friend Tommy Lynn Lunsford came along, and she wrote the little section in the middle, and she sang it. And she's not here tonight, so John has to do it. So we do refer to him as the Norwich Castrati, and he's going to demonstrate his powers.
And I'm not sorry.
There is no twilight, and there is no dark, just a sunny day suddenly turned dark. A kaleidoscope of 1,000 ideas becomes a straight line. Snake behind glass, he's like a snake behind glass. A 20-acre patch with cotton for cash and vegetables for the table. For better, for worse forever. This farm on government land. Snake behind glass, he's like a snake behind glass. Let's go! How high's the water? Mama, sing it, baby. I'm busted. Well, he stayed awake for 72 hours straight. He slept for 30. He dropped 50 pounds in weight. He's got painkillers and a guitar case full of Marty's amphetamines. When he prayed, he wore out his knees. Snake behind glass, he's like a snake behind glass. Snake behind glass, he's like a snake behind glass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two songs that mentioned amphetamines tonight in a back garden in Glenview. What's going on?
I don't know.
It's that Joe Biden, I blame him. America's underdogs.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
It sounds lovely as well.
It does, yeah.
It's so great.
Marty.
Marty's in charge of the sound. You got it all
He
going
is.
on, Marty. You're in charge of the bats and the sound. Everything.
Yeah. I love playing on a
Marty
basketball
Smith, the
court.
sound king of northeastern Illinois and southwestern Wisconsin.
Yay.
See, he doesn't have the special plugs. You can just unplug them at your
Oh,
leisure.
they're silent plugs. I get it.
John Langford. Mr. John Szymanski, ladies and gentlemen.